Hey Ben, Jessica from Peterson SEO. This morning I had the privilege of speaking with Shanna and she thought you would like to see this video. So today I'm just going to walk over a few tips that you guys can start using right away. That's really going to help your online presence and really start getting more jobs rolling in, okay? Um, so it all really starts from a Google search. So most people, when they need your service, may not know you by brand name. So they're going to do a search with keywords or even questions nowadays. So they'll put a search here. And then there's really three spots on Google that you guys could own the positions in, okay? The first is going to be Google ads. Those could be regular cost per click ads or even local service ads. And about 10% of people actually click through those ads. One of the most important spots here is called the local service Google business profile. The Google business profile, about 30% of people click straight here and don't go anywhere else. So it is really, really important to not only have your Google business profile, but that it be optimized and you're in this top 3 position. So if you don't have a Google business profile, you definitely want to get one and get it optimized. There's several factors that go into that. One of the most important factors is something called citations, and that is simply listing the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like Yellow Pages, Yelp, and things like that. And then, of course, getting reviews, adding photos, doing updates, and things like that. Not only help you get there, but help you maintain the spot. It's very fluid, so you have to constantly be updating it every month. Now, the number one spot is called the organic section. That's this section down here. Nearly 60 to 70% of people go straight here when they're looking for a contractor. So it's really, really important that your website be properly optimized for your keywords so that you can be found in this section. So you can see here when it comes to Seattle Masonry that Seattle Masonry contractors are the number one in organics. Okay, so let's go back to your website. Um, it's good that you have a good website. It is secure, which is really, really important. You have some really great photos here of your work. And I noticed that the photos are saved with your business name, so that is definitely helpful. Um, I like that we can view some of your projects, and that's good. But what I'm really noticing is there's not really any written content on your website. And so Google does not rank websites based on appearance and photos. They actually based on content. Content is key, and you do need quite a bit of written content in order for you to be indexed and even rank for keywords. So you really, your homepage is one of your most critical pages of your entire website. So you really need to have this page optimized and targeting. Just looking at the face of the website, we can't really tell what you do. We can see these nice pictures, but we don't know if you are building them, restoring them, or what you're doing, right? So you need to have something up here that's grabbing their attention, and it should be local keyword based. When you focus on national keywords, even if you rank for them, you're going to get people from all over the country landing on your website that you can't help. So you really have to focus on local keywords. And so you need about 150 words for every keyword you're going to target. And then you have to duplicate that keyword at least 3 times just to get picked up and indexed. And then I noticed you don't have a separate page for all of your services. And that is really, really critical because it's going to allow you to go after relevant keywords for each of these type of services. So you really don't have any keywords or any content. So you definitely need to work on this content strategy and build out these pages. And if you are serving multiple areas, multiple states, you might even want to consider local pages for those areas so that you can rank for keywords there and get found in each of the communities you serve. And then support your website with SEO. Without doing the optimization on your website, going out and getting the links really aren't going to do much for you. There's nothing connecting it, okay? Um, so it's really, really important to work on the website and that content and keyword strategy. If we look at your competitor, they have a good looking site. Notice that you have click to call numbers here. That's really important. And they have a form right on top. So that's one of the other things I noticed on your website is there's really no call to actions. What are they supposed to do when they land on your website? Um, you want to make it as easy as possible for your customers to reach you and book a job. So you need those click to calls, you need these forms. And then here, these guys are going after local keywords. So they got a little bit more, well, they got quite a bit more written content than you guys. So you're always going to need to do more than what your competition does. And so you're going to need more content than them. Um, so definitely take a look at some of these sites, look at their content, and you're going to want to build that out. And then they're also doing the FAQs, which is really, really important. That helps to be found when people are asking questions. People are using Siri, Alexa, and those devices. You want to be found to be the one answering those questions. So you really have to work on the content strategy to do that. And then they also have separate pages for each of these services. So there's a lot of areas here that you need to be doing as well. So now if we come over here, this is a program we use called Ahrefs. It tells us how your website is performing. And we can see here you have a rating of a 5 out of 100, which means Google doesn't trust your website. And that's because you really don't have any written content on your website, and because of your backlink and referring domains. So we can see here over the last 4 to 6 months, you've been getting backlinks and referring domains. So you have been doing some type of SEO work. But when it comes to backlinks and referring domains, you only get credit for one backlink per referring domain. So you got a ton of spam here. And so a referring domain is any website that provides your website with a link from their site to your site. And the backlink is just that physical link coming to your site. If you think of a referring domain like a power source that you're going to use to fire up your favorite tool. So it's going to be plugged into your power source, and then the cord goes to your tool. That's your backlink, and it allows your tool to turn on. It's the same for your website. So you've got to have the good quality domains and backlinks to give your website power. You do actually have 25 keywords that have been indexed, and you are getting about 60 people on average to your website. Now, if we look at your keywords here, there's 10 spots per page on Google, and um, you only have 2, 3 that are actually starting to rank or are ranking. And it's mostly your branding. And then you have other keywords for some of your projects, but that's not actually going to help you. You need to focus on your actual services and keyword strategy. Get those rankings so the volume that does come to your website, you can convert into customers. And as far as the backlinks that you guys have been getting, um, it's almost all branded and website, which is good. You do need those. But in order to give those keywords power, you gotta push those backlinks to those keywords. So you definitely need to start employing a keyword backlink strategy as well. Now, if you look at your competition, they have a rank of 34 out of 100, and they only have 56 backlinks. That's because of the quality of those backlinks. That's not all spam. And so they have more content and they have a better backlink strategy. They only have 11 keywords indexed and they're not getting quite as much traffic, but the keywords that they are ranking for are the local buyer intent keywords. So it does look um, like these guys wouldn't be too difficult to beat, but you just got to work on the keyword and content strategy. Oops. Sorry about that. Hopefully you found this video to be helpful. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.